Hi, I'm Lisa Mosby here with another NowSite tech tip. Today we're talking about importing prospects. You know, if you have an Excel spreadsheet or Google spreadsheet, I want to show you how you can import them into NowSite by putting them into a spreadsheet. If you don't already have the spreadsheet and you need to export them from your CRM or from your telephone, when you export them, you can export them into either Excel or to your Google Sheets, and then you'll be able to bring them in once you save them as a CSV file. And I'm going to show you how to do that before we actually walk through how we import them. So what you're seeing on my screen right now is an Excel spreadsheet, and I've put in name, information, some of the data about me, just to use this as an example. So once you have people in the spreadsheet, it doesn't matter if it's already saved. I need you to save it again. So it will be File, and then you'll come down here and hit Save As, and then find where it is that you want to save it. This one I have already chosen a location because it's already saved, but I've named it Import Contacts with CSV. So I have a sample form that I can use. I'm going to save as a different than an Excel spreadsheet. You'll use the drop-down menu and you'll see that you have all of these different choices in here. Excel Workbook is one of them. That's typically how Excel things are saved. But if you go down here, you'll see CSV file with more information behind it. The one that I'm using for today's demonstration is this one, comma delimited. So that will separate name, email, and all that information by a comma when it saves it, and it makes it easier for us to import it into NowSite. So this is the one that I'm using, but I am on a PC. If you are using a Mac computer, you may need to save it as a CSV Macintosh file so that we can upload it. One of those two ways. Go ahead and save it both ways. So if it doesn't, if you're on a Mac, go ahead and try the Mac one. If it doesn't work, you can use the other one or vice versa. But one of those two files will allow you to upload your contacts into Excel. So once we've done that, I'm going to close this out, and I do actually need to close that file if I want to be able to use it. So let me close Excel, close the file. So then when we're in here, what we'll come to our, oh, screen has stopped sharing because I closed Excel. When we're in our all contact section, and you get there by the little guy with the plus sign on it, come straight across to where you see import contacts. When you click import contacts, it's going to give you an option to import them from email or CSV. When we can import them from our Outlook, Google Contacts, or whatever email service that you have, that's what your email server, that's what that stands for, is if you're importing them from an email server. But today we're going to actually pull them in from a spreadsheet saved as a CSV file. So when I click on that, I need to go select that CSV file. So it's important that you save it and close it so that we'll be able to go find it and pull it in from here. And now I know I saved this under NowSite, so I'm going to go find my NowSite files. And here's import contacts with CSV. And when I click open, it'll bring it in here. Now, each of those sections, you'll notice that I saved first name, last name, name. I had email. I had all kinds of information across the top of that Excel spreadsheet. When it comes in here, it's going to give me the column headers. These are the column headers that it recognized in my CSV file, in my spreadsheet. And then I'm going to take each of those and apply them to a section in the CRM in NowSite. This is where I will want them to put the name into NowSite, or the first name or the last name. If you've separated it as name, you can put it into first name or last name. Ideally, we would want our spreadsheet to have the first and the last name separate so that they get to the right spot. When I have first name, I can assign it to first name. Last name, I can assign it to last name, so I know it's going to be in the right spot in my CRM. For mobile, this would be, we only have one telephone number in here, so you'll have to choose if they have multiple phone numbers. If they have a phone number, a mobile and a work number, or home and a work number, you'll have to select which of those phone numbers you'd like to use. I typically tell people to use the mobile number because mobile numbers are not published anywhere. This is an intelligent CRM. So it's going to go out there and using AI, it's going to access any public information about these individuals you're uploading to your CRM. So if they have a work phone number or another phone number that they've published publicly, the CRM will be able to go capture that and bring it into and add it to the information contained under their name. So mobile numbers are typically not ones that are easily found, but work numbers or other kinds of contact information is more readily found. But it's up to you how you want to do that. You only have one location to put phone. So if you did put mobile under phone and you did put work under phone, it says here, column cannot be duplicated. You will not be able to apply both of those phone numbers. So make sure that this one is a do not import and only select the one phone number that you want to use. Down here, we have our email. If they have an email, you'll want to put that in email. Again, there is just one location for email. If there is public email information that they've used in social media or that the AI can find, it will bring it in if there are additional emails under mine. I think I have 4 or 5 different emails when you search for me, because I have different companies that I represent and I have emails for each of those companies. So all that information is out there somewhere. If you do have Facebook, you can drop it in there. If you have LinkedIn information for them, you can drop it in there. If you have Twitter, Instagram, and the list goes on and on. So depending on what information you're compiling, my recommendation is at least bring in name, email, phone number. The system will go find what company they work for, where they graduated, where they went to school, that kind of information. But we really want to have name, email, phone number. If you have Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, or even Instagram, those are helpful because they contain a lot of public information that somebody has put out about themselves. And so it will make it easier for the system to discover all that it can about the individuals that you're bringing in. Why do we want to know that? Because it helps with conversation. It helps to develop those relationships virtually, and it just gives you a leg up on finding those commonalities when you're in conversation with people. So once we've assigned each of the boxes that we're going to bring in, we hit next, and then the system is going to, you'll see here, it lined it up. It's got my Facebook information, my Twitter information. Didn't recognize my LinkedIn, so I must have had an error with my LinkedIn. Oh, actually, it will collide with my NowSite page. Already has my LinkedIn information in it, so I'm using different information for this example. Right here, when I click import, it will go ahead and start to create. It will ask me to create a contact list name. And so this might be, if you're at a conference or a convention, you could put in the name of the convention so you'll know where they came from. Some of us are bringing in from our iPhone contacts. So I could create an iPhone contact list or a Google contact list if you're importing them from your email service. So just give it a name. And when you hit save, it will go ahead and save that to your lists. And then it'll bring us back to contacts. Your part in this is done. They will not be there immediately. I made this mistake of going, hey, it didn't work, so I did it again. And what I did was I created multiple lists of the same information because it takes a little bit of time for the system to actually upload those from your CSV file and put them into the CRM and then enhance those files. So give it a little bit of time, check back later, and you should see that all those people have been added. And now you can attach them to an email campaign and start to follow up with them. I hope this information was helpful for you, and I encourage you to just keep it on with NowSite. Keep going. Watch for more tips if you're wanting to use this and dive in a little bit deeper. Keep watching for regular tips. You can always come to my YouTube channel to get those tips, and I will send them out through email if you're on my email list. Thank you so much.